Soundstage's tower. This masterpiece stands a lucky 13 stories high, capped off by a pair of mounters weighing in at 16 tons. It's about a half size of 342 3/8 ounces. Around the corner we have a row of very colorful vintage cars, bullet holes in the side. These were all used in last summer's blockbuster Dick Tracy, starring Warren Beatty and Madonna. Off our left-hand side of the show are our bungalows. Bungalows is our office space that's currently being utilized by production crews, utilizing our backlot facilities. Hi, Jill, how you doing? As around the corner, squeeze in next to the bungalows, we've entered our greens department. Now, greenery is often used to hide where the camera's not supposed to see. For example, we need 85,000 yards of fabric each year to create such costumes as the red dress worn by Julia Roberts in the film Pretty Woman, the costumes worn by Warren Beatty and Madonna from Dick Tracy, costumes worn by Julie Andrews and Mary Poppins, then the spacesuit worn by Michael Jackson in that 3D thriller Captain EO, which can be seen over Epcot Center's Journey to Imagination, and finally the costumes worn by our human co-stars from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Here in Orlando, we're proud to say that we are home to the world's largest working wardrobe with over 2.5 million garments, and the numbers increasing daily. But after our costume department, our next department is our lighting department. This is where we store, house, and maintain all of our lighting equipment for our backlot area. We can literally recreate up to 3.5 million watts of lighting. That's enough wattage to light up the entire city of Orlando, Florida. After that is our Dick Tracy makeup shop, where we proudly display some of our masks and appliances that were used to turn everyday actors such as Dustin Hoffman and Al Pacino into those comic book villains that you saw in the film Dick Tracy. Next is our camera department, where we maintain all of our video and camera equipment. But off to the right-hand side is an actual Delta L-1011. After 11 years of service with the Delta Airlines fleet, its new home is here in Orlando, Florida. It's been literally cut and modified for motion picture and television use. Delta used it for training films as well as Bill Murray, Tina Davis, and Randy Quaid in the film Quick Change. Our final shop is our scenic shop. We go out looking for props. We go to flea markets, antique stores, and sometimes a garage sale or two. We can't find the prop that we're looking for, and then, well, we go to the scenic shop, they simply build it. Now, these talented carpenters have built everything from a 40-foot submarine to all the way to recreating the interior of the United States Supreme Court and the Emmy Award-winning series television special Separate but Equal, starring Sidney Poitier and Burt Lancaster. A style house, we used it not too far back to do a Christmas commercial. Quite simple to recreate. Line the house with Christmas lights, pull all the leaves off the big tree in the front yard, lay down 50 tons of man-made snow, make a snowman, and there it is. Voila, we've made it snow in the middle of Orlando, Florida, under bright and sunny Central Florida skies in July. Off our left-hand side in the carport is a 1963 Cadillac Coupe de Ville that was used in the film Tin Man with Danny DeVito and Richard Dreyfuss. Now, I like to call Residential Street Anywhere, USA. 7 different styles of architecture on the street. Anywhere you place your camera, you can be literally anywhere in the United States. By far our most famous house on Residential Street is now coming up on our left-hand side with all the ferns in the front yard. That's home to the Emmy Award-winning Golden Girls, Betty White, Bea Arthur, Rue McClanahan, and Estelle Getty. The exterior shots are filmed here on our studio backlot. We edit them in with the interior shots done on our prop and set designers give it the lived-in look. How do they do that? Well, they put a doghouse in the front yard, or a wagon, or a frisbee, or a newspaper on the front porch. Basketball goal is a broken net. See, it's very important to tell you a little bit about the family that really doesn't live there. To our right-hand side is a set from That's My Dog. And it was a unique show that we filmed here, and we'll continue filming here. They're taking a little break, where families bring their canine friends in and actually compete against other families and their other canines for valuable prizes. There's Speak to Ease. But finally, as we slow down at the end of Residential Street, off to our left-hand side is our Residential Street Church. Plain platform side, shingle roof, large glass windows, ideal for a small town setting. But Doug's going to be running the corner, but we're going to hold here momentarily because they do their appearances daily here in Washington Square. If you consult the show schedule, you'll be able to find out the next time for their appearance. They come out, do a little skit, sign autographs, take pictures with your favorite turtle. Hey, folks, in the back there, you doing okay? You hanging in there? Good. Glad to hear it. Jeeps, the tanks, trolley cars, spaceship or two. We have Dumbo Circus Wagon from Dumbo Circus on the Disney Channel. This strange looking boat here, modeled after an SR-71 spy plane, that was used in the television special 100 Lives of Blackjack Savage. We filmed it out down in Tampa. That's been clocked up at speeds of 70 miles per hour. Our helicopter came from the film Blue Thunder back in 1983. That's the one Roy Scheider flew over the city of Los Angeles. Our silver airplane tail section has a strange story behind it. The front part of that aircraft is in the Great Movie Ride, recreating the goodbye scene from Casablanca. We went out looking for this particular prop. We found one in Texas. Brought it here, and it couldn't fit in the building, so we had to take the tail off. At that point, we compared the serial numbers to find out that that was the actual airplane used back in 1942 for the goodbye scene with Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. Three Roger Rabbit fans off our right-hand side. We have 3 Blue Plymouths. There's 3 of 7 that were used in their various stages of destruction. That's the Plymouth that Eddie Valiant took into Toontown, and you can figure out which one Roger brought back thoroughly destroyed. For you folks that saw the film, you remember when Eddie hitched the ride on the back of a trolley car because he couldn't cash his paycheck? Well, the Pacific Electric trolley car, 717. That's one trolley car from that particular fleet. The wheels are made of fiberglass because behind them are steel belted radial tires. That is actually a bus that has been converted into a trolley car. It's a lot cheaper to paint the trolley car tracks on the ground than it would be to literally rip up the ground and put real tracks in. Our space pods are from the film Flight of the Navigator. If you look beyond the space pods across the canal, you get a pretty good look at the backside of our houses on Residential Street. There's not much privacy in this community. You notice how the architectural detail, for example, like the shingles on the roof, literally stops outside camera's view. You see, we only need to build what the camera needs to see, but what if the camera needs to see something that wasn't there? Like where in Orlando, Florida, are you going to find an active oil field and a dry, rocky, barren desert canyon? Well, we thought about that. Well, we thought it'd be a lot cheaper to go ahead and build this particular standing set than it would be to go ahead and fly an entire crew out to Arizona or California for, shall we say, a 2 or 3 minute take. So we're going to go inside the canyon. I'm going to show you how we recreate the rain. Remember when I told you that you're going to be getting a little bit wet on the tour? While we're inside the canyon, please, it's very important that everyone in California took us over 6 months and over $10 million to build this one particular set. All the equipment inside the canyon came from an actual oil field that's no longer in use in Texas. You look at the truck, well, that's a good example of a large-scale prop, just like the ones you saw back in our boneyard. Looking around the canyon, there's no place to drive the truck into the canyon. So how did we do that? Well, quite simple. You get a train, you lift it over to the wall of the canyon, you set it in place, pull the parking brake, and there it is. Remember back on Residential Street when we made it snow in the middle of July? Well, we can even recreate the weather here. Well, rain is a common sequence that we use in the film business. Script calls for a real downpour, your actors, your cameras, everyone's in place. Sometimes Mother Nature's not too cooperative. So when the director says action, you need to make it rain on cue. Well, this effect is created by high-powered sprinklers that operate spinning nozzles over the top. Give it that wind blown look. You look very carefully at the truck. You know it's not raining on the wind
Mira aquí, mira aquí, mira aquí, mira aquí. Mira para allá.
that by just opening the doors of 3 giant holding tanks at the top of the canyon that sends 70,000 gallons of water rushing down towards our shuttle. To give it a more realistic look, you notice how the water kind of bounced up in the air towards the shuttle? Well, we literally shot the water at you with air cannons. Those canyons are so powerful, we can, well, take one to New York City, put a basketball in it, turn it all the way, we can literally shoot the basketball up and over the Empire State Building. The hydraulic shaker table, oh, this is so powerful, if we were to literally put an object